The Deputy Senate Leader, Senator Ibn Nala, the representative of the Speaker, House of Reps, Honorable Onyema, who is himself the Deputy Minority Leader in the House of Reps, the Chairman, House Committee on CSOs and Development Partners, Honorable Members here present, CSOs and Development Partners, ladies and gentlemen, I think that you will agree with me that we have had good interaction and that we have listened to ourselves. Let me say, firstly, that as I listen to members of the civil society speak on the various issues that they raised, it came to me that this interaction between CSOs, the National Assembly, and perhaps even beyond, ought to have been happening over the years. I say so because I could see all the questions that we raised at the defense sessions being raised by you here. And I have requested the SA to the Senate President that the proceedings of this interactive session should be aired so that your views, you who represent the people, can be carried and known by all concerned. The various defense sessions have been literally shouting matches on the various issues that you have raised. We've raised them all before the various MDAs. To the extent that we get upset with ourselves, we drive away the press and say, talk to us. This country belongs to all of us. We are in a difficult position. We have challenges right now in this country, and we need to do something to save this country. We have a budget that we do not know how we would fund with the dwindling oil revenues, and that we need to be able to be prudent in whatever we do with the little that we have, so that this country does not collapse. So I want to thank you especially for these various contributions that you have made. I want to let you know that just as the Senate President said earlier before he left, that the proceedings that the proceedings of today's session will be made available to the various committees as inputs into what they will come up with eventually to the Appropriation Committee and subsequently to the plenary for passage. I want to say also that going forward in subsequent years, as the Senate President has said, the CSOs should be made a part and parcel of the process to the extent that they can be part of the budget defense by various MDAs. What I say now, I don't say them as, because we are only collating information that we can give to the MDAs. Somebody asks, who makes the budget? The proposal, because it's still a bill, a proposal, all budget is a projection anyway. But the proposal comes from the executive. It comes to us to now appropriately, I would say, appropriately, taking into cognizance what we consider to be the priorities of government. And so when someone says unity schools and talks about roads in unity schools, I personally asked a question. I am Deputy Chair Education, Basic and Secondary, when they came for their defense. But, you know, it's not only in unity schools or in schools that you have this kind of entry. You even have entry for MDAs and parastatals that are in Abuja, right in the middle of Abuja, where there's no road and there's no bridge. And so the question is, what is this provision for? This is supposed to be zero budgeting. So it is supposed to be based on actual needs. Why do you have a template that does not reflect the actual need of the people and of your establishment? And they had no response to that. They said, we were just given templates. And we said, no, it should not be so. Even within that template, look at what applies to you and come up with appropriate budgeting for it. Especially